Hello everyone, welcome to another live stream here on the Twitch.tv / the Xisuma, playing on Hermitcraft, having a air quotes mad spoilers stream today. That is because when we log in, I'm going to be in the middle of like a big project for the next episode, and it's kind of crunch time for me to get it done. And currently I'm recording all of the building that I'm doing on flashback, as I thought it might make for an interesting sort of post-build commentary of the process of building, which I'm doing right here in this very awkward space. So it's been like difficult to plan what I want to do for my shop here, because I am building in such a small little area, and that's why our shop starts with a staircase, which is not a great entrance to a shop, right? To immediately be greeted by stairs. As I walk them again, it kind of occurs to me that even the tiniest bit of extra space here might go a long way. So I'm probably going to modify this. Welcome to the peeps in chat, Decana of Heaven, Lixty, Digital Chaos, Cosmonaut Apple. You know what? There are some names that I just can't... I don't know how to say them, because people replace, like, letters and numbers and stuff. I feel like I just need, like, a default name for that. I just need to be like, blah, blah, blah. Maybe that's it right there. Blah, blah, blah. Hey, blah, blah, blah. Thanks for tuning in. Makes my life easier. That's not a lot of trapdoors, really, is it? I'm trying to not be... trying to be a bit conservative here, but the problem is there ain't a lot to begin with. Ah, yes. That one has the door. That makes sense. You love being a blah, blah, blah. Naim Tivan. You see what I mean? It's like, how do I say that? Is it even a real name? What are names to begin with? They're just noises. They're just noises coming out of my mouth. Or your mouth, if you're saying it. Right. So that's my newfound revelation. You need a teeny tiny bit more space, I believe. Oh, and there goes the scaffolding. Which I'll now politely put on the opposite side, I guess. Oh, there it all goes. Your name definitely isn't Chase, says Chase Valley. Oh, sorry, I got it wrong. Whoops. Chas. Maybe it's just Chas. So nip down here. Put these in place. There's a reason there's trapdoors there, by the way. It's because on the opposite side there are these blocks, which I want to stay the same. That might be a good impetus for us to actually use a different material now. We are absolutely winging all of this, by the way. It's just like, whatever's on me, whatever works, we'll go with it. And I'll probably fill in these sorts of spaces like that as we go. So here, I'm thinking a little bit of a pillar out of dark oak. Oh, the shield annoys me so much sometimes. So much. We got one complaint saying that you're getting lag. Oh, please not today. Please not today. Not again. No more stream issues. They said they were on it. They said they were fixing it. But ain't that what they're going to say anyway? Mav X's, thank you ever so much for the prime. Appreciate it. Probably got the name wrong, but thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I guess we're kind of stuck with these trapdoors in this section for now. And then we run out on the opposite side immediately. Just like that. We're out. We're out. I need to go chop more trees, so I'll come back to that in a little bit. It's not very... It needs, like, breaking up. It needs other materials in there. I wonder if spruce shelves would work. The thing is, I'm now out of spruce wood. I might actually have some in my storage system. Here's something that annoys me. Like, I'm here, and my storage is just over there, but I don't really have a way to get to it unless I go the long way around. It's just awkward like that. Here's the best way I can think of. That. And somewhere here... Oh, what would you know? I actually have a bunch of woods ready to go. Maybe we'll use some of those. Looking at blocks is good when you need to figure out what you want to do. Now, how do I get back up there nice and quick, right? I'm going to walk around the other way. Can you ask what my favorite block is? I'm not a favorite block kind of person, really. Maybe redstone? Just say redstone, you know? You like the lighting on the magma? That looks cool. Yeah, I just thought it would make the lighting there look a little more interesting. That's why I did it. So now that we got this, and this is where just the more I play this game, the more I have thoughts about the inventory stuff. Like, for me to place a few blocks over here earlier, I ended up just going through so many shulker boxes because there's like all these different tools and different things that you can barely like categorize together to suit a purpose. And I'm just more and more I feel like it's such an antiquated system. And the amount of stuff they've added to the game really shows off how old this inventory system is now. How like under-equipped it feels for the task. And then when we get to here, we have the same problem with the wall all over again. So we'd need another bunch of trapdoors. Maybe the better way to do it is to bring the staircase up and around that side over that. There's not really enough room for that though. We'll stick with it. Unfortunately, it just means like, you know, you want to make whatever you do in this game the best it can be. And it just means that we're starting out with like a staircase. Like you wouldn't design the beginning of your shop just to be a staircase going up, but that's what we're working with. Yo, Bilb2121, thank you for 22 months. And Shayate, thank you ever so much for 2 months with the Prime. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. All right, so a little bit of extra texture there. No depth, though. No depth. Not really sure we can handle depth. Johnny Depth. Oh, there was a... I thought that was a joke. It wasn't. It was just... Why? Why? Again, I have this strange instinct to always make way too little of the thing I'm building with. That's a bit more reasonable, I think, now. Alright, that's actually that on that side. So now it's mirrored, which isn't always the way to go. Don't have to mirror everything in this game. Like stripping logs, it makes so much sense that, you know, you need an axe to do it. It's really good thematically, but you know, it's not like one tool fits all. You know, you have loads of different tools for different interactions with blocks. It just feels like the game needs to move away from that and move on to easier, like, processing of materials. By the way, that is a hot cup of tea. You can hear me slurping. People playing depth metal on the Titanic. Depth metal. Oh dear. This is what we come to, people. They're playing depth metal now. Part of me could possibly embrace this wall here as well. It's kind of hard to see how that would work. There's just too much like exposed stuff around it from the outside. So far so good. We need some sort of wood material here. It's just so narrow. It needs to really like hit the mark when it opens up, and there's just too much stuff around here. As you can tell, I'm kind of annoyed with the situation. But we'll overcome it. We'll find out how. We'll figure it out. I think something darker on the roof, right? Like maybe just dark oak stairs. So we put some here and then there, and it's like, again, the trapdoors are going to keep rising. I want to avoid the trapdoor. Does the door need to be there? Kinda. Like, if I put the door here, it's probably the same problem. And if I put the door around the side here, it's going to feel very odd. So, it's kind of just unfortunate that it's ended up that way, right? Like I haven't planned everything out ahead of time. I reckon some sort of different material at this point. Like we've used, here we go, like this. Let's use the backside of something else. And then that creates a bit of a distinction. I think there's an argument to say that orange on the roof might work kind of well here. Am I going to play Hightail? I'm sure I will, yeah. God, it's just such a narrow staircase. Still, when we get to here, there's not enough space for what I want to do. Ender Dance, is anyone else getting stutters? I'll tell you what, I almost turned off the multi-streaming today. And I kind of wish I had, now that I'm seeing some issues again. It's quite concerning. You can turn left at the door, and a few blocks later, turn right for the staircase. That's true. That's true. So we go like that. Even that though, like then you're too close to this, right? There's so little wiggle room here. It's really unfortunate. I mean, the other thing I could do is maybe just have like an up-down water stream thing, and then let's say you just plop yourself straight up there somewhere. I kind of like that idea, actually. I kind of like that idea a lot. So, let's say we keep all of these trapdoors as well. It's possibly a way to make this look really good. Get a little too close to that bit. Like some glass. And then... yeah, okay, do you know what? I think we're going to go in that direction. We'll keep most of what we got and see if we can just do something different. Oh, wow, look at the inventory. You know what I mean? Like, this is the game. I'm trying to be creative, and I'm constantly opening interfaces and dealing with clutter. Now, I know some of you say just get organized and tidied away, and I am. Look at me. I'm really, like, organized with everything, but it still gets on top of you. It still gets on top of you. And, you know, click, click, click. Okay, I've sorted away one stack of things. Click, click, click. Okay, there goes another one. Click, click, click. Okay, what was I doing? Sorry, why did I come over here? Why am I dealing with my inventory again? It's such a... Apparently, I'm in a moany mood today. I didn't feel like that. I didn't feel like that earlier. But hey, there it is. Softy Robin, thank you so much for 4 months. We got Morebrick 77 for 81. Very much appreciated. Welcome on in, people. Let's see. I'm going to chuck that in there. So water we'll figure out later. And now we're sort of thinking, which blocks do we go up in? It's got to be these two here. We don't really want the player. I guess the player could like step up onto it. So we can do that. A couple more trapdoors. And a couple more stair blocks. Which also means a couple more andesite blocks. Which I just put away. You know what I mean? Like, I just put those away. I was just trying to sort out the inventory block. I come back here and realize, no, I kind of need those blocks again. That shouldn't be a player issue. That shouldn't be... You shouldn't be saying, like, oh, it's your fault as the player. The game... Good game design would not put the player in that situation, right? And here's the thing. The inventory aspect of this game, that's 15 years old, right? That's an easy argument to make, right? It's a very old system. It's not working. Need to fix it, Mojang. Stop pretending there ain't an issue. Right. That's looking good. I like that. We can rock and roll with this. I don't have the dark oak wood. Part of me is thinking like put some glazed terracotta behind here, but then I got to smelt stuff and dye it, and I don't actually have any dye stuff sorted out yet. Need to make a dye farm. We got one whole extra inventory slot in the past 15 years. Yeah. That's it. If Monday comes, thank you for your generosity. Gifting subs to Crazy Socks and Amaral of Sen. Be sure to say thanks in the chat, people. We always appreciate a couple of gifted subs. Really appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, so we might not need this orange bit here. I think we're going to avoid that. We're going to have dark oak coming over to there. I'm then just looking at these, and initially I thought glass so that you could sort of see the water. We need I think what we want to do is double up our trapdoors here. In fact, we can technically, I think, get rid of the ones behind it. I'll leave them in for now. Let's not go too stingy. So that'll hold back the water to this bit here. Maybe even that isn't so bad. Kind of like that. It's again like the staircase. It still feels like an absolute compromise. An absolute compromise. What looks good behind blue? I'm kind of wondering if there's a better material than dark oak, but there probably isn't. So, how are we going to do our water source? We need to create a little thing here for it. Need a little space somewhere. Looks like we've got enough right here. Then go up again. And that's the drill now. We just bring this up all the way. Back of an acacia shelf for the elevator back wall. That's honestly, I think that's like a nice contrast. That would look pretty good. I think we could actually just do a cha-cha wood, right? Did I not pick some up a minute ago? I don't see any. I could have swore I found a few stacks of it. We're kind of low on that. I think I'll stick with this since we're kind of low. X, do you have a video explaining your storage system with the copper golems? I keep trying and failing. Yeah, the episodes of my Hermitcraft series are the explainers, I guess. That's all the information you'll get on it from me. Right, so we said we're going to do away with this. And we're going to bring in some dark oak wood now. Oh yeah, right there. Maybe those stairs could go here. Actually, they could go like that, couldn't they? That won't be a bad view at all. That won't be a bad view at all. I regret this. Now I will be forever bobbing. Which is not what I want to do. Right, I think we've got to replace something back here with scaffolding. So that we can get up and down nice and easy. Whew! Do you know how much redstone is over there? Like, whew! Whoopsie doopsie. Becca, welcome to the stream. Pitching your idea for the enchantment called Deep Pockets 1 to 3. Each level adds 2 in additional inventory slots. I don't like that. I think we need like to rethink the inventory system. Like imagine you're making a new game. You know, you wouldn't keep the current setup and put patches on it. And I think Mojang needs to be a bit radical about how it treats resources in this game and stuff. I think when you get to around here, we're going to switch to just using that material. Because we're running low on this stuff. So like, then we start to do this. Right, this is going to create the sort of whoomp up into the room, which actually gives us an opportunity to go, ta-da, or whatever. You know, like you arrive at the top and it's like, whoa, this looks cool. So we need to figure out how much space we need around this thing. We need to be above the redstone by a fair bit, which I think we basically are to expand in that direction. We need to be a little bit away from this wall. We're sort of kind of there already, actually. I think there's enough space here to do what we want. Let's just go a couple more blocks. And then have our pizzazz entrance thing just around here. We'll go 1 block higher. Yo, Tannenbaum20, thank you so much for 38 months. Oh my god, we are back. We are back. Yes, we are absolutely back. And you just remind me of something. I want to set my status up. Don't know why it reminded me. Compared to Vintage Story, Minecraft has a massive inventory. Interesting. I mean, I've been put off playing that game because it felt like old school Minecraft, but grindier. And to know it has a smaller inventory makes me go, maybe it's not for me. Alright, so not the most glamorous of entrances. There's possibly room for, like, putting signs here. Going across. Head up to the blah, blah, blah. Something like that. Let's see if we can fish out some signs. I don't think I've got any spare signs lying around. This is like my project chest here. I think I'll make them out of dark oak. Unstripped log, you don't know if it was on purpose. I see it right there. Bam. Did I do that more than once, though? I did do it more than once. I hope not. I hope not on the opposite side where I can't even see. I can cheat, though. I can do a cheaty free cam. Now we're good. We're good. We good, homie. We good, homie. What exactly is a spoiler stream? So everything that I'm working on is just spoilers for my next episode. Like, I'm on a bit of a crunch time thing because I really want to get my next episode out on Monday. Yeah, I actually think you want something with a bit more contrast there. It's kind of the right idea. Kind of also makes me think that actually this could probably be one block lower. Because you kind of like ring your neck up a little bit, and I'm not sure that's actually best. Yeah, we might modify this a bit more, which is terrifying because it's got water and stuff. Oh wow, this is gonna drive me nuts if I get this wrong, isn't it? I think keeping it level was actually a good idea. So in order to not mess this up, I think I know how I'm going to do it. I think I'm going to do it the super safe way. Yeah, I don't want to cry. We might make ourselves cry if we do this wrong. It could be very painful. So let's add some extra, like, security or whatever, like that. Maybe switch the colors dark outside, brighter for the back wall. You know what? We're really winging everything, and I don't have much thought for thinking on it that deep, you know? I feel like this will serve the purpose. I mean, this is the thing I find about building, is that you can just endlessly go back and forth on what blocks you want to use and stuff. Okay, let's go get some more water sources. So at some point, you just got to, like, hey, that'll do, you know? And right now, we're just building a thing to get up to the actual thing. And that strikes me as, don't overthink it. Don't overthink it. I mean, I feel like maybe I'm already... Then there's that stuff to deal with. Okay, so I kind of want slabs or trapdoors. Wait, can trapdoors be waterlogged? Oh, boy. Oh, boy. I guess I just need some slabs, really, don't I? So, like, look at how, like, every little decision just constantly comes back to this faffing around in the inventory. You know? Oh, wait. Those can be waterlogged too, can't they? It's really disheartening. And I've kind of grown super tired of it. Wait. It removes the water. There wasn't actually water sources there. Right. That makes sense. That makes sense. So now, if I'm super careful... I don't have any dark oak. We need to go get the dark oak. Yeah, we got some. But like, look at what this inventory does. Just constant faff. You set up your little chests over there. Now you got to constantly jump back and forth to them because the next material that you need, well, it's always a mess. I should have known this would annoy me, doing a bit of survival first building today. Because it is finicky and slow. Okay, and then it's that one there. This thing needs to go back in the bundle. Then we need to somehow place that There, and we managed to do it. And now we're kind of safe to remove these. And safe to put our water sources back. Right. It's working. And I gotta say, I think the height of this thing overall could just come down a block and we'd be fine. We're gonna have some water issues if I start messing around with this too much. Although, do those things block the water flowing? I can't remember. This is all fine, people. This is all to be expected. So we're going to put that there. On the opposite side, we're going to put that one. And then I want the stairs, which I have quite a few of. Might change the material on that. Okay, that blocks all the water coming out the front. Very good. Now I feel like these blocks here. You know what? I'll leave it. I'll leave it. I'll leave it. Okay, so take the ones out of the top, and then put in all of this. Now that feels more like the correct height. And there's room for the signs, which are going to go a little bit higher this time. And I think I might even put spruce signs there that say up and down. Do we have the resources for that? Of course we do. So there's our signs. Now the inventory is disgusting again. Now we have to spend time sorting it out, because that's Minecraft in this day and age. Good stuff. Do the mods have the power to switch the stream to say 100% inventory nagging? They do, but that's not what the title I want to be. You can store your armor for more slots. It barely makes a difference, but yeah. I could probably put that on for now. I've been trying not to be the copper golem again. I just need to like remove the model and go back to having a copper helmet, but then I kind of want to have my face, so I need to get something designed, and I haven't thought of what it's going to be yet. Like, there's going to be a new beat that we hit soon, and I'll come up with like a new character for it, I think. Right, the jungle wood we certainly ain't using anytime soon. But there's a few extra blocks. And then, you know, the next thing I'll need is some spruce. Or sorry, some birch, I just know it. Hey, your cat came home after being missing for a week. That's awesome, dude. That must have had you a bit shook up. I'm glad the cat returned. You know, they do that, don't they? They just go off sometimes. Do their own thing in little cat world. It's like we want it to say up on here. Now I've got this really cool mod. Let's go to small and type down. Yeah, that actually like fits in, doesn't it? Let's try this one. That's a bit weak. That's not what I want. There should be a few more options here, but it's a really good little thing that I found. What one was it? Just small. So I think we want it at the bottom. Oh no. Up. So we've got down and up on the signs there. What mod? Yeah, it's really good. It's cool. I forget what it's called. Oh, that's the wrong button. I barely used the schematic thing this season. Big Sign Writer, it's called. Big Sign Writer. Like, really great concept. Really well executed. I think it just needs a little more depth in terms of giving you options. But yeah, up and down. There isn't really a lot of room to add much more pizzazz here, if you know what I mean. And I don't think it really needs it. So, you know, good impression on the outside. You pop in. Okay, we're going up. We're going down. This is a slight, you know. I have labeled them wrong, haven't I? I have labeled them wrong. It's because It's because I was going to do this one first, because it's like the shorter word, and then I was like, well, I should test down as well, right? And then I type down and forget that I was testing it and put up on the other one. So that's an important detail. Right, so when we get to here, I'm not so bothered about the wall connecting with that anymore. It's like a small thing at this point. This is where we need some pizzazz now. We need like we need to hit you over the head with something good. Okay, I'm going to finish my recording. That's called number 2, and we'll call it Water Ellie. Water Ellie. I don't put that much care into how I name my flashbacks, you know. I don't put that much care into it. Oh dear, we're having issues with the stream again. That is really frustrating. Really frustrating that we're still having issues. I guess I shouldn't have used it. How am I going to do this? I know how I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it the painful way. Let's stop the stream and start again. Okay, people, I'm back. Let me know how we're going to do in terms of lag and stuff like that. Because we're no longer using the multi-stream service, which would be interesting to see. I've already got an issue. Your microphone is unmuted but has no signal. Okay. Sure, whatever. Right, we're back. We're back. I'm going to have to stitch my live streams together. Oh yeah, that won't work there. Let's figure out the floor height, because I'm kind of thinking it's going to go up by 1 block more, which will sort of put you a bit more level with the windows. That feels right, actually, that would be floor level. So we wouldn't have the blocks here, would we? There'd be one higher, and we'd also include a few slabs as to not connect with the wall there. And then if I'm, yeah, like I said, I'm going 1 block higher, right? Yes, it's not going to connect with that. Brilliant. Okay, we're going to build now. Wait a minute. Almost missed out on doing that. I got distracted by all the lag and stuff. Right, so this next bit is about putting in a floor so we can separate the area that we can take advantage of, which is here and above, and that area down below that made everything awkward. I feel like we found a great solution, actually. Like, this is not so bad. We now give ourselves a really good template in which to figure out what on earth we're doing in this space. And we will figure it out, don't worry. We'll also move all this stuff up top now, I think. I'm going to need another shulker box. I think I might just craft one. Alright, welcome back, everyone. Chat, what would you like me to talk about? I feel like all I've done is just moan about inventory stuff, so let's get this stream on a more positive note now. We're gonna get to some creative stuff in a minute. But yeah, how are y'all doing? What's going on in the world, you know? What, maybe a topic we've never heard of before, like, I don't know, inventories. I mean, you can go for your jokes. And then we'll end up talking about inventories again. If that's what you really want. How was my break, X? Really good for my mental health. Not that I was struggling in any way, just going on a trip like that, sometimes you forget how good that is for you, you know, mentally. Puts a lot of things into perspective. And helps you get your priorities in order and stuff like that, you know? Because you just, in life, so much of it is like a routine and a grind and a same old thing over and over again. I mean, that can be good, that can be bad. It can be many things, but a break from it lets you, like, reorient yourself and your priorities. And, yeah, I feel like I always get that from skiing. I tend to forget that I do. You go into it and you come out like, oh yeah, this again. Why does the chicken coop only have 2 doors? This sounds like a setup for a joke. And I have no idea where it's going. Yeah, that's like most of the ones we picked up, okay. Oh, we can put that in there as well. Chicken sedan? If that's the answer, I don't know. Am I a cat or dog person? I love all animals. I think all animals are amazing. I've had so much exposure to dogs over the last few years that I've become very fond of dogs now. And I understand man's best friend and all that kind of stuff, you know? Cats are great, but like, we got that co-evolution with dogs. There's something a little bit deeper going on there, you know? Okay, that's everything in there. We get to pick these 2 bits up and head up top. And that's the way it should be done, you know? Periodic little pauses to get on top of stuff. Okay, we are going to throw down a torch at some point, but not just yet. In fact, we really should. We really should throw one down. Rare bit of nighttime, rare bit of rain. Don't normally see that on here, you know? Would I ever go skydiving? You know what, like, if like the situation were put in front of me in a moment, I might impulsively do it, but thinking about it, I don't think I would. It doesn't really appeal to me much. Like, it just feels like I'm gonna have a heart attack. And I do like adrenaline, but I'm not sure I'm an adrenaline junkie on that scale, if that makes sense. So skydiving for me, not something I plan on doing. I mean, it's like touted as like one of those things to do before you die, and I'm just like, I don't think you have to. It's a cool thing. If you hear it calling for you, go for it. But it ain't calling for me. You started skydiving 3 years ago and have over 550 skydives at this point. It's so much fun. I love sharing it with people. Is it part of your job? Like, that many skydives, to me, suggests it might be part of work. Yo, Blooming, 3665, thank you for 11 months. How many months? Yeah, 1 away from a year. Thanks for playing your game on LPMT. I apologize for not understanding that I was supposed to not know about it. Next time we do something like that, just let me know. Just, like, I don't mean let me know how to play the game. I mean, let me know that's the point, because then I'll approach it so differently, right? And Hardgamer26, thank you for 27. Let's go. Here's to a fun 2026. It's your year, yo. It's your year. Own it. All right. If anything goes wrong this year, I'm blaming you. Oh, very misty when the fog goes away for a split second. Look at this. Now we got the space to do this right. Def Dealery YT, thank you for 39 months. Good evening, X. Watching while I work on my Mega Mountain building project. Currently 1.3 million blocks into it. Hope you... Oh, well, that is a lot of blocks. Didn't Joe dig like 1 million stone in season 10 of Hermitcraft? Like, and that was absolutely mega. Or was it season 11? No, this is season 11. I can't even keep count. I can't even keep count, people. Can't even keep count. I ain't got too much of a clue as to how much space we're going to need, but I feel like we can overdig a little bit to begin with, and then we'll be good. I also kind of want to use a bit of space that we won't use, which would probably be around here. Somehow we're going to end up using this little bit of space. I know it. Like, I'm thinking there's definitely no way we're going over there. We'll end up going over there, but we'll put shulker boxes in a space where we don't think we're going to go, and that's like just an organizational thing where you're like, hey, let's put it somewhere that's not going to hinder us later. It never works. It never works, people, I tell you. Never ever works. That's a guarantee. An absolute guarantee. Dogs are amazing, by the way. We managed to train our lab to detect latex, natural rubber, and warn us. My wife has an airborne anaphylactic, which sounds bad, allergy to Latex. I've heard that term before. Very medical sounding, right? Yeah, that's cool that dogs can do that. There's so much amazingness in the world, right? Like, I am a perpetually fascinated person with natural stuff. I love listening to stuff about, like, space and science all the time. I'm just constantly amazed by the universe and, like, what we're doing in it as well, what people can do. It's incredible. And animals, dogs, right? Like, they got all these incredible abilities. They're almost like superpowers. The dog even figured out when your wife has a reaction. One time, she kept warning and looking at the pill bottle. Wow. Yeah, dogs can do that, right? Like, isn't there like a dog that can smell cancer or something? You know, their sense of smell is absolutely incredible. Also, I heard a story that I really liked recently. So, I don't like fireworks. I haven't liked them for a long time. Ever since I kind of realized, like, this is needless pollution for our entertainment. And it's bad for animals. Like, animals do not like fireworks going off. It disrupts them. It messes with them. And apparently with dogs, it's even worse. It's like they're really sensitive to sound. And fireworks going off is a big deal for dogs. And in the Netherlands, they are going to outlaw and ban fireworks, which I think is really good. I know some people would be like, you shouldn't take our rights away our rights to blow stuff up in the sky or whatever. You know, I think when you live in a society, there's compromise. There's going to be rules. There's going to be things you can and can't do. And it's about navigating that as opposed to just saying you can't do it. Is that right? There's like a gap there, yeah. Because, you know, fireworks being a form of pollution, should we just make blowing stuff up in general legal, right? Because you're kind of doing it in the sky. You're blowing up gunpowder in the sky. What if we blew up gunpowder through someone's mailbox? You know, like through their front door. Is that okay? We all know it's not. Are these two things the same? Of course they're not. But they're like on a spectrum, and we gotta balance up the pros and cons. And I think we need to see how, like, things like fireworks is kind of like a destructive thing for our entertainment, and maybe we should rethink what that is and why we're doing it. And that's it, really. It's just about, like, rethinking what the norms are, because there's loads of norms about what you can and can't do. And many of us didn't agree to them. We're just born into society, and this is the way it is. So some of these things could change. Hopefully change for the better. X wants to ban firework rockets. How will he use the elytra? I don't see me wearing an elytra. Yo, Jay Gary, thank you ever so much for gifting a sub to Simpical. Thank you so much for gifting a sub. Always appreciate it. And welcome to all the peeps still tuning in, by the way. Last year's bonfire night, some people flew fireworks off people where I lived, and it was so bad. They flew fireworks off people where you live. I don't know quite what you're trying to say, but people can do things with fireworks, right? I remember one time my parents were away, and I thought the house was on fire. And as I'm trying to get out of... I can't, like, it's so long ago, my memory's so foggy, but basically, all the smoke had accumulated inside of the porch, and the fire detector got sent off. Fire detector, is that what we call it? The fire alarm? You know, the little ones you have in your house. And then I have this sort of memory of, like, having this moment of thinking things were on fire or something was really wrong, and then going, like, trying to maybe get out of the house, and then realizing all the smoke was coming from there, and it being really confusing. Smoke detector, of course. So I remember having this really strange moment of confusion with my mate, and we were just like, we were kind of a bit baffled, and then we realized that someone had put a firework through the letterbox, and it had smoked up the whole of the porch area, and that had started to seep into the rest of the house. But there was a moment there where I thought the house was on fire, you know? It's crazy, it was. Absolutely crazy. There's been several cases of fireworks being launched at people in my city. They're so dangerous, says Vintage Thief. Yeah, and with that, it is a case of like, you know, anything can be a weapon, right? Like, should we ban knives and forks because you can stab someone with it? But that's not to say, therefore, fireworks are A-okay. It's just, hey, look, there's a range of reasons why maybe making these things less common is a good idea. All right, so in this area here, what we need to do is create like just an amazing shop where you come up here and you're like, wow, and like it's not actually a shop, it's going to teach you something, right? It's going to teach you something. And I'm just trying to think of like how, like when you come up here, the floor's going to be like one higher. And so then we need like a floor design, but we kind of want a layout. We want a layout, and we want to teach people what's going to be in their bundle. This is going to be quite difficult to map out. I think we're going to place down some blocks and figure it out. Like, well, we can't place everything down. How many things have we got here? We got like, oh, I had an idea earlier to maybe use armor stands and do a mural type thing, right? I can kind of picture that in my head pretty well. So, like, one says, like, the power of crafting, and it has a thing in it. And then the next one says, like, you know, the power of cutting. This area here, I think you want to see the windows. So maybe you start over here, right? You got a little mural there. Somehow we, like, guide the player towards that. This is where these water streams being separate could be really useful. Which is something I don't want to particularly modify right now. Down could certainly be pushed in that direction a block. Or they could both go up and the exit could be somewhere entirely different. Is a possibility. Like, I don't know where the heck that would be. Maybe you exit through this little bit here. Which we don't, like, nothing really lines up for that. Possibly exit through the back here. That could be an exit. That's a good point. We can make it one way, and you could, like, look, of course it's going to be here. That's where my shulker boxes are. You drop down through a water thing and end up here on some pressure plates that open the door, so you can just walk off. I kind of love that. I kind of love that. And it means we have to redo... not a crazy amount of redoing, is it? Just change one block there. Get rid of... The signs don't have to say anything. Okay, okay. So, that is super ironic that these would end up immediately in our way. Just... It's almost predictable, right? Okay, so, you go down here. Okay, it's these two blocks. That's good. So when you want to get off the rides, because we want our hermits to go through this one way, they're going to fall down there, land on some pressure plates, walk out the front door. That's great. We can direct them. So now we're like going to walk them around. Oh, this is starting to come together, I think. Like, we have a wall here, so you pop up there, and then you get directed into this space, and you walk around, and you see all the murals, and then on the way out, you collect what you want, which will be a bundle. I think we can do it, people. I think we can do it. Okay, how many of y'all are with me? Because I've said it many times that doing grindy stuff on stream, it's easy. Sometimes we even chat about other things altogether. And then when I try to do creative stuff, it feels like a bit of a burden to talk my way through it. And I'm not sure all of y'all are with me or not. So, like, let me know if you're with me, if you're following what's going on here. And I'll try and fill in the gaps as I now know, like, what blocks we've got to place next and stuff, right? I don't think I'm going to do this next bit in the time-lapse, though. I think I'm going to just dig out the space and resume the time-lapse in a bit. Okay, so we're going to need our shulker box space even further over there now. And we're going to need a bigger space here, I think, to work with. Do y'all ever get tired of the music in Minecraft? No. Dude, what? This is like legendary music. Oh my god. That comment made me sad inside. I'm somewhat with you, but I went FK to get a Toblerone. Just having a Toblerone, eh? Oh. You have the music set to always on. I actually have it set to always off. It's not that I don't like the music, it's just that I kind of listen to my own music, you know? Sometimes I pick the Minecraft soundtrack to listen to when we stream and stuff, but yeah. I'm lurking, I have no idea what's going on at all. Yeah, lurking will do that. Alright, now everyone's talking about the music, so I'll give you all the opportunity to tell me again if you're following along with what's going on here, because I want to make this stream as good for you as I can, and your feedback will help me do that, basically. Shiny Object says I'm following. That's good. I'm glad you're following what's going on. Sounds like I don't need to fill you in at all. You're like on it. You know what's up. Face reveal, says Icky Vicky. That is exactly what we're doing. How did you figure it out? Oh my god, you've definitely been paying attention to what we're doing here. You are correct. It's all been a subliminal message. We're just counting down to the face reveal. I'm enjoying your creative process, as Honors Anguinius. Thank you for telling me. Thank you for telling me. That's what I want to share. I want that to be good for all of y'all, because it's difficult for me to do it. Really, I thought we were just building a shop. Well, you know, maybe I haven't expressed it well enough, you see. This is why I'm asking. It's not actually a shop, and I have a habit of referring to it as a shop. It's going to be 3 to get something out of here. Like, you don't pay for anything at this shop. The goal of the shop is to teach hermits the magic of bundles, right? And then give them a powerful bundle at the end. Have I already taken out lights? I have. So that's why I'm like stressing over the layout, because the layout is like a way to interactively teach them about the brilliance of the bundle, right? Sparky Ginger 73, thank you for 15 months. I'm not following, just being led. That is great. That is great. Yeah, I'm not following, I'm just being led. Shut up, mate. Shut up, mate. I'm not a sheep, I'm just being led about. So a school. Not quite a school. Not quite a school. Just like an interact. Maybe not even that interactive, but like a bit more of a showcase. Something a bit different from a regular shop, you know. That's what I want to do with everything this season, is just try and go a little bit more above and beyond with stuff. And that's what we've got to do with the bundle here. Plus, I'm on a little bit of a crunch time thing where, like, I really want to get this episode out by Monday, just to keep the pace up. I want Mondays to be my, like, release schedule for Hermitcraft. It used to be, way back in the day, for years and years, I'd always put something out on a Monday. And quite a few times, the alignment of making an episode and just other stuff you're doing, Monday seems to be a good day for an episode to land on. So I thought if I try and be a bit more consistent with that, y'all can expect it, and we get a bit of a rhythm going. Not that I want to put too much pressure on myself, you know. If I can't make it on Monday, that's fine. But like, I'm gonna try this week, and then when I get on the next episode, hopefully it'll just line up again, so it's a Monday. Xisuma is just a voice in our mind waffling. Thanks. Thanks. Right, I feel like there's a bit of space just around here for me to go and put in... Oh yeah, we'll survive, we'll survive. This is where the next bunch of shulkers are going to go. You always need more space than you think you need for shulkers. That's a rule. Alright, and then look at this. I got so much stone, I'm going to have to get rid of it. We'll go repair our pick next. And possibly some other tools, I'm not sure. The other tools don't really need it, do they? That one could probably go back in there for now. And then we've got 2 of these. So what we'll do is take out all of that, put in these things, take out some more stone. Any stone in here? Nope. Right, let's go repair, repair, repair. I'll leave myself some stone bricks. Oh, I already had some. Well, I didn't spawn. When you say that you're going to show it, do you mean like a display of the different themes? Not of the themes, the display of the things you can put in your bundle, right? So like one is going to be the power of crafting. And I think the way we're going to do it is with armor stands. Because you can, like I've had a bit of experience with doing that. And I think it's a really cool way to do it. Walking home in the snow with bone conduction headphones. I can verify that Xisuma is like a voice in my head right now, says G-Sab. I got some of those. They're absolutely terrific, right? You can sort of still hear what's going on around you outside, which I appreciate. I appreciate that. Let's throw this stuff away. I'm no longer keeping stone because my storage for stone is basically full up. It's basically full up to the brim. Alright, so off we go. We just love listening to our streamer, no matter if it's a waffle or creative process. You are a wonderful background noise. Thank you. It is my inspiration in life to be a background noise. When I was growing up, there was builders on the next site over, and all day. Background noise, bang bang, tis wallop, tis wallop. I can't figure any other sound I can animate my voice other than bang. So tis and wallop, you know. Well done, brain. Trying to be quick there. Yeah. So I'm like the noisy neighbor in the background. I love it. It's what I inspired to be. You can always donate to Tango. You don't think there's never enough stone for decked out free? Well, you know, I've got like 5 double chests. You can come and empty for me if you want, because I'm going to be getting a lot more. Bangarang wallop. Wallop is actually like a pretty hefty, like a wallop as a sound is like someone getting absolutely slapped, isn't it? It doesn't sound the same, whereas bang, like saying it with your mouth is kind of quite similar to the bang sound. Free piglets in a coat, my dude. Love the user. I always love to see that username. Thank you for 31 months. And Bobcat, thank you for subscribing with the Prime. Appreciate it. Thank you, my dude. You're doing calculus while enjoying the stream. You know, I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it at my own detriment, but like, I am not a fan of multitasking. And if you're doing chores, fair enough, I get it. But like, do your studies, man. Calculus is real. I'm concerned. I'm concerned that like all these devices and distractions that we're putting in front of us, it's not going to be good in the long run, you know? Oh, wait. Whoopsie. I don't want to be responsible for like lowering people's IQ. And I'm actually serious. I'm actually serious. Like, I really think multitasking is a problem. I'm more and more, the more I step away from it, the more I'm convinced by it. Because every now and then I just catch myself like getting distracted by the phone or like trying to do 2 things at once on the computer, and I'm like, it doesn't work. Bear says, but you're multitasking. Yeah, and listen to the things that I say. Tis wallop. I mean, a man who's not multitasking would not say tis wallop. I'm literally your evidence. I'm here demonstrating how bad this is. You know what? I almost made a short the other day after making the snapshot video. The brain went to that like be a good YouTuber and make content and earn subscribers, and I was just like, I thought about it a lot and I was like, nah, I don't like shorts. I think I should make the content that I like, and I'm considering stopping the TikToks. I'm gonna stop streaming on TikTok, and I'm just gonna like reduce where I'm putting myself out there a little bit, and like just do the stuff you love and forget about all this short form content, because it's, you know, every now and then I get allured by it a little bit and I'm like, oh, I should get that going again, and it's just like, now I'm like, oh, whatever, just hire someone to do it. Well, that's what I've done, Andy, and I'm not sure if that's the right approach, because I also don't like what the platforms are doing. The reason I'm doing it is because I feel like you need a presence, or you need to be in those spaces attracting viewers or something. But at the same time, I kind of don't want to promote those spaces. I don't want TikTok to succeed. I think it's terrible, honestly. Like, I bet there's good bits on it, right? Like, it's never black and white, right? I bet there's great things about TikTok, but the negatives that I've heard coming from that platform and seen myself, I think are really concerning. And actually, I'll tell you something quite funny. Where I was on my ski trip recently, right? Every time I'm in a gondola or I'm on a ski lift, I did not touch my phone. Now, I may have on 1 or 2 trips to check the time or to do this thing or to do that thing. Yes, the spawn chunks have changed. But I just sat there and looked at the beautiful Mother Nature around me, and I was thinking, this is beautiful. I'm slowly watching the mountains move. There's snow, there's beautiful nature everywhere. It's an incredibly tranquil place to be. And I stayed in that moment and I absorbed that. Like, it really sticks with me. And when I'm up there on my ski trips, I actually remember other ski trips a lot, like other locations and other memories from other ski trips. They all come like flooding back because it's like an association thing. You're jogging your memory. But that's part of sitting there, is just like really taking it in and reminding yourself how much you love this. And it's about being in the moment. Now, on the chairlifts, not so bad. In the gondolas, pretty much every other person in the gondola would be on their phone. There are, you know, I don't want to be too harsh. There were people that would sit and talk to each other. There were some people not too interested in their phones, but most people were on their phones, especially kids or young adults. And like, you know what they're all doing? They're all on TikTok. And sometimes they've got the volume on, and you can just see or hear them, like, whoosh. Hey, man, sorry, man, I'm talking to you. I'll tell you about this, and whoosh. Oh my god, you won't believe that just happened, whoosh. And like, it's like their attention span is multiple seconds long. It is horrendous what this stuff is doing. You are in an incredibly beautiful place, and you're staring at a little screen, swiping up. I mean, I don't want to be that old man shaking his fist, but I am that old man shaking his fist right now. Like, oh. I like to watch the environment when in a gondola, says Fock. Yeah, me too. As a teacher, you can confirm it's getting worse. It is. We are introducing this to society on a massive scale, and it is affecting us. There's no denying it. It's like, is that effect positive or negative? And for me, sitting there just being enamored by the beauty of Mother Nature, and someone just wants to stare at a screen and swipe upwards every couple of seconds, it's not great. It's not great. A Dead Gale 13, thank you for 33 months, and True Dude, thank you for 40 months with the Prime. Appreciate it. Ciderus says you are 100% correct. IQ levels have been declining since the 1970s, and technology is the prime cause. I'm not going to back you up on that one, because I've seen study. I've heard people say that, and then I've seen people come up with like, oh, actually no, it's wrong, and like we got some studies saying that IQ levels are all right and stuff. The thing that seems to be changing is the attention span, but on the IQ level thing, I mean, I've seen it both ways. I tend to do that. I tend to like seek out, you hear something, and then if I notice, oh, there might be a different opinion to this, let's go check it out. And the place that if I remember correctly, that the information about IQ levels came from, it wasn't an uncredible place. It was, I think, SciShow, which is really credible for scientific information. So like, big statements like that now always make me double take. Adam Arian says, no, they aren't. IQ standardization from time to time, and it's rising. Yeah, so like the tests that we take change, and there's other factors. It's like the simple statement of oh, it's declining can then be examined and basically picked apart a little bit. The more nuanced answer, probably that it isn't or it is, that there's just probably a lot of information to know about what IQ levels are, how we measure them, how we've changed measuring them, and other potential reasons for why they might be changing. I don't think it's technology. I think technology can make us a lot smarter, a lot more worldly, a lot more exposed to more ideas. It's how we use the technology, right? Oh, we're using it the best way we can. Zaniax666, thank you for the Prime subscription, my dude. Appreciate you supporting me. Hope you're enjoying the stream. I'm going to stand up for a little bit. I'm going to stand up. How's the stream in terms of lag? We had some issues with the multi-stream service again. They will not receive my customerage. I don't know. Like when I reached out to support, I kind of tried to make it, in some words, clear that I'm a frustrated customer without going, you know, too into it. But the sort of response I got was like, oh yeah, we're on it, we'll fix it. And they haven't. And I'll send in one other ticket, but basically it's like, this ain't good enough, you know? I paid for this service and it's not doing what it's supposed to. Also, I think parents just wanting to shut the kids so they can do their stuff as a contributor. Fams need to have fam time. I think what you're saying is some parents can be guilty of just shoving a device in front of their kids. I've heard that argument, and I'm not with it. I think if you do that, there's always pressures and reasons for you to take the easy path. But like, that's what you're doing. You're taking the easy way out. It's harder to give your time to kids and stuff with everything going on, but like, that's what you should do. Walk the harder path a lot of the time. We've abused technology to the point that it's abused us. We have destroyed our minds and wasting away on TikTok and begun to realize what we've done. Society as a whole is on the brink of both collapse and rebirth. I'm sort of with you until the whole on the brink of both collapse and rebirth. It's like, is it? It's probably not. You know, one thing I notice is like when you're online, there's all this like drama and political madness going on constantly. And then when you go out into the real world and you're on like a holiday and you're doing some skiing and stuff, like that stuff is just invisible again. It's like, oh yeah, wait, it's just in our phones. You know? It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Oh, I got two of those, I guess. Who else is busy base building on the server today like Xisuma? I don't know. False, Grian, Hypno, maybe? Another thing about what I wanted to do here is I didn't want it to be too uniform. But it might end up being just that. So, little welcome room. You're going to need, like, space to tell you what's going on. We might be able to, like, keep some of this stuff. Right? Like, use that. And then you wander over here and you walk off in this direction. So the alignment of that might need to be a little bit better. I don't know why I'm walking over there, because everything I need is right here. Except, I have a feeling there's stuff I could have in here that I haven't put. Like a lodestone. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. See, that and that I think could be grouped together. So we'll call it 7, 8, 9, 10. Maybe 10 things tops that we're going to put into our bundle display, right? So you come out here and then we want each one to like really kind of like grab your attention. And then you move on to the next. Now, they could be actual rooms. I'm sort of picturing using a lot of color, and I don't really have access to, like, dyes and wool and stuff yet, which is annoying. We're making the inside so terrible that the outside has become the better option again. We've brainwashed ourselves to the point we realize what we're doing. Yeah, I don't know, like, the outside was always amazing. I don't know what to say to that. Can we go flower picking? I mean, it might not be a bad time to build a flower farm. It's on my list. It's just, I'm kind of in a bit of a crunch, and I want to figure this out. So, let's say each room is, like, a little... Oh, it's gonna be cramped. Whatever we do. I think sticking to the murals might be the best here. Otherwise, I get a little too ambitious and maybe shoot myself in the foot a little bit here. So, like, if there's a wall there, you've just come in facing this way. That's a bit of a problem because you need to turn around. So, some sort of, like, amazing display with, like, hey, Welcome to the bundle store. We're going to teach you about the magic of bundles. Turn around, you know, to continue. Then you walk this way. And you come and find like the first display. That'll be really easy to see. So you're probably going to want it in line with this corridor. Let's shift it over to about there. First display's there. When you get here, you've walked around this wall, and then you see that, and then you turn. I can see something working here where like you keep turning each time. So visit the first one. We may not actually need to redo too much stuff here. Let's say this is a wall like that. Then, about there. This thing can maybe be a little bit closer. That's kind of what I'm thinking. So like we'll bring it to about here. So that's the space for the mural to go, right? Then the next one will be, you go through this 3 wide bit. It's going to be here. This is kind of important actually. We should make it so that all of our walls are on the back of the next one, so you've got some room to work with. Okay, so because of that, you're going to want your next turn to be about here. Right, so then that one, this mural is here. Okay, so we come through, we see the first 1, 2, how many did you say? I think it was 10. 1, 2, 3, 4. I seem to recall, was I like hovering over each of these things? I could have swore my mouse cursor was hovering over each of those as I talked about them. Oh no, I was doing this. That's how. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's part of the other one. 8, 9, 10. Yeah, so like it was 10. So 1 and 2. Then you go in this direction, see the next one, and then turn that way again, right? So it needs to be a little further back. Johnny Kishira, thank you for 30 months of support. Very much appreciated. Hope you're enjoying the stream. Enjoying the creative process. We're sharing some of that today, I guess. Some creativity. This is like a guided showroom. That's a great way of putting it, Vicky. Guided showroom. That totally works. I'm really, really happy with every decision we've made so far, actually. Like, I was a bit nervous about how to bring this all together, especially to figure it out on stream, but I'm like, I'm not letting there be any like shortcomings or shortcuts. We gotta find our way to the ideas where you feel like, yeah, that's the thing, you know? No compromises, that kind of thing. So anyway, that mural is actually too deep, so this one should be too deep, I think. So then you get there, then you go this way. You can have that thing too deep. You're going to want to go 1, 2, 3. So a little bit more there. Yeah, and then you're going to walk this way. Now here's where I think we want to turn to the right at some point, but I'm not entirely sure that's the best way to do it. What are we building? A guided tour. You know, someone just sussed it out for us. I didn't know what we were building. 1, 2, 3. So number 4's here. We could maybe do like a bit of a double and turn you in that way. Bit risky though if you don't like look at it all. I think that could work. I think you gotta assume the Minecrafter in question is reasonably intelligent. I think that's a reasonable amount of intelligence. It's an IKEA showroom. It kind of is. It kind of is. So on this side, we need our next corridor to go that way. Which means this bit is actually kind of simple because of that. It's going to be too deep, so like that. You think it's great how I'm focusing on projects to help the hermits learn the newer features? You know what? I like that you've said that because that could be a whole thing for me. Like I learn stuff in the snapshots and then they add it to the game. I'm no longer interested in making shops. Like I could just make tutorial-y stuff in game, you know? That's a nice thought. I could just be someone who helps. I kind of like the scale of this as well. I feel like I can see myself walking around and these little nooks coming to life. Right? So we've got 2 there. How many are we up to? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Definitely going to have one here, right? Maybe just put them side by side there, but there'll be one here, no doubt. And then we are very tight for space here at that point. I will point that point out. I think I'm going to do this a little different actually. So when you get to this bit, the next time that we can use this space, we can actually use this a lot sooner than I thought. Let's take out all of that. So we can have a turning point there. That's where we can have our next turning point. Apparently we've got a false raiding coming. Icky Vicky, thank you ever so much for subscribing. Welcome aboard, welcome aboard. You got to remember the hermits don't read. We'll make them read. We'll make them read. That's how we'll deal with that. We'll make sure they read. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We could do 7, 8, and then lead you out. Fools, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome all the raiders. Talking really fast and weird like this now. Apparently. No. I'm being weird. Welcome everyone. Welcome everyone. I guess I should tell you what I'm up to. This is a spoiler stream where my next episode of Hermitcraft, it needs to get done. So we are just right in the middle of doing stuff. There's going to be a lot in that episode that isn't actually spoiled by what we're doing here. But this is my main project for that episode, right? Everyone's seen a shop. I don't want to do shops anymore. I want to create an experience. And the experience is one of learning. Learning about the beauty of bundles. So in order to tell hermits what they should be putting in their exclusive inventory bundle, where we have 8 different things, I think it was. Yeah, 8. We're creating a shop. And one of the big problems of this shop is its proximity to my storage system. Let's go ahead and break this now. Like, look at this. The shop entrance is there. The redstone is here. So we're starting off by sending hermits out in that direction. I can put in the pressure plates now as well, people. So when you drop down to exit, you'll land there. Doors are open. Then they'll close behind you. And if ever I want to come this way to go into maintenance area, I can. You know? Right. So the front of the shop is over here. It says bundles. And it's kind of amazing. It's kind of awesome. It's kind of super cool, you know? First thing you do, I think... Oh, I should put pressure plates again, but then they'll do that. Oh, I can actually... Oh! I can replace those with solid blocks. Brilliant. We're doing so much. Thank you for raiding us, False. You're helping us make the shop better. As we go over everything again. Awesome. Oh, look, I've got exactly 2. It was meant to be. So, leaving the shop, bam. Oh, they're in the wrong place. I love the idea of them actually landing directly on it. If I wanted to, I could hook up more pressure plates and do a redstone thing. That's a stretch goal. I may or may not do that. I'm so glad we figured out that exit thing as well, because it's made the shop better in my opinion. Alright, so we can actually sneak in these blocks. Replace them with shelves. I've already done a little bit of that in this area. It's very subtle. You're not really going to notice it. Like, even these bits you won't. You're just... Oh, I guess that's not necessary anymore. It's just one way now, isn't it? Let's go and fix that as well. And then we can talk a little bit more about the shop and why I'm building a layout for it. Where am I looking? I knew it was a red box. It was just the wrong one. Hanging signs are so cool. They are, aren't they? Xisuma's Bundle of Joy. Experience the not so new Minecraft. I'm going to copy that tagline. I don't think I'm going to use it. I just like that you worded it that way. Let me throw that onto something, because I was thinking of calling this thing the Bundle Boutique or something like that. Bundle Boutique. I love the sound of that. Anyway, two ideas to contest with. Ugh. Also, if these doors, I could, if I really wanted to, move those stairs a little bit forward and put the pressure plates on both sides. So it like opens and closes for you as you go in. But maybe not. Maybe you have to open it yourself. I mean, you do open a door when you go into a shop, right? Actually, that's not even true. What am I talking about? I'm just spreading misinformation over here. Some doors open automatically. X, you are terrible. I think I'm going to keep those signs for now. But they're just... this is where we could put different words here, like Bundle Boutique. Oh my god, it might fit. How do you spell boutique? Oh wait, Adam, thank you. And it fits. It's the Bundle Boutique. This needs a light... Well, it's technically got a light source. It's just not very good. Lights could be put behind the trapdoors as well. The illumination is not great. I like the texture. It's completely pointless because it just is. I keep saying it, but I think they should add like a block. Oh wait, they did add a... Oh my god. Okay. I keep wanting for a light source block that's a full block and keep forgetting that they did it with copper bulbs. Now, the thing with the copper bulbs is they work a little different from a regular light source, but they achieve exactly what I want, so why not? Let's go grab 2 of those, do that, and because it's Minecraft and the inventory will always be foul and disgusting in many different ways, we will also do a little bit of cleanup. Grab another box to pull out another item just to interact with that one. You know, too much faff. Too much faff. The player should just have like a honeycomb magical space, right? You just... Maybe the same for things like glowing ink as well, right? Like they are just... Maybe there's some slots here or a button. You just store it in you somewhere. You know, you just drop in a stack and now you've got a value hidden. And then you use a hotkey like this and it's like, do you want to wax it? Do you want to strip it? Do you want to glow it? Do you want to dye it? Like, let's make stuff swift and simple. Let's get away from this faffing around, constantly opening and closing chests, trying to stay organized, trying to find your items, trying to, oh, I want to scrape a block, so now I need this and I need that and I've got to go rip them out. Let's get away from all the faff. Let's simplify things. Let's update this game. Let's bring it to the modern age, you know? That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. What was that GUI? Let's get away from GUIs. This is Item Swapper mod, which I love it, but unfortunately it's... In survival, I just have a harder time remembering to use it, and it's because... This would be amazing... Oh, I'm pressing the wrong button. This would be amazing if your inventory had a scroll bar and you could just keep a crazy amount of stuff on you. Because then you could just switch between materials and stuff so easy. It'd be awesome. But anyway, I'm in absolute tangent mode. I forgot to bring a block to power it. You see what I mean? You see what I mean? Is he having a laugh? Is he having a laugh? Right, let's go get a block of redstone so that we can power it. X is asking for a toolbox. I kind of already have a toolbox. The problem is, it's full of tools, and I don't want to constantly fish tools out because I want to modify one block a little bit, you know? That's kind of what I'm getting at, is like, let's get away from the faff. I don't think I got my magma blocks back. Okay, we're going to go for bump. That level, I think. I do like the interactivity of this. I do like that you use tools and interact with stuff. It's kind of cool, but just doesn't fit the inventory stuff very well. We could also do little details like adding bundles there, but you've got to turn around to see that. That feels like the right amount of illumination as well. We'll find out for sure at night. I feel like a Minecraft's inventory is the quickest way to get someone to crash out. Definitely needs an overhaul. Do you mean like to get someone to give up? Like it just makes you want to stop playing. It doesn't stop me playing, but it enough make me want to just be like, oh, this thing. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and that's it. And then you walk out. Perfect. Perfect. Okay. So like one, we want it 2 deep, so it's going to go like that. I think I need another torch. Glow ink on the text. Yeah, I'll get to that stuff later. We're like focused on what's in front of us right now. Not that thing in particular. It needs doing, but you know. Okay, and then it will be this thing going that way. Right. Also, can anyone think of maybe, if we've got an opportunity here, to put in another little mural on the way out? Can anyone else think of another thing to put inside of the bundle? Like, I was thinking lodestone, but lodestone feels a bit more specific, and I don't need to put everything in here. I just need to get the hermits thinking about the uses. So if there's like a really keen one you can think of that I've overlooked, I would love it if you could put shears in a bundle alongside other things and it didn't stack. That would be absolutely awesome. You could put a clock in a bundle, but when do you really need to know the time? Unless you're B-dubs, I don't think you need to just know the time in Minecraft very often. It'd be kind of cool if there was something in the game that made you need to know that. Like, this is what I like about game design, is like thinking about all the different things in the game and giving them better uses. Spyglass would be the one I'd love to have. I don't think an arrow would work. Anvil is already in there. But like a clock, what if there were things you did in this game that actually like relied on the time of day, but you're underground, so you need like a clock? You can make use of it. Compasses are stackable. You can make a waypoint bundle. Yeah, I'm going for the general purpose one for now. Like, I don't feel like explaining more concepts. I think it gets a bit convoluted. Let's just like do the general purpose one, and we're going to give the hermits these bundles as well. It's just something else I've got to think about, is now I need to craft a lot of stuff for them. Maybe the beginner bundle just has a few things in it, because I don't want to go around making loads of golden apples. That might be a pain in the ass, you know. Fire charge. Yeah, nah. But like, if a flint and steel could go in a bundle, like imagine having a flint and steel and shears in one bundle together, like along with a few other things. That'd be cracking. That'd be crack-a-lacking. Flowers, different walls, heads. I don't think they have like that immediate plop down and use. Like an ender chest, this is the absolute perfect one alongside a crafting bench and stone cutter. The best place for us to look is probably in here. Like a grindstone, maybe a loom. Like if you do a lot of stuff with banners, a loom might be a good idea. The chances are I've probably already picked out the best ones. Enchanting table, maybe. But enchanting table usually means go to XP farm and there's already one there. You can make a brewing bundle where you put everything from brewing in, but it's a bit more specific. We want to hit the mark on the general one. You could keep beacons in them maybe, but it's that quick access. Like that's why leads are good in there. You see a mob, you grab that lead out of your inventory and leash it up. Dye bundle. Yeah, it's like not for the general purpose one. Empty buckets is probably a good shout. An empty bucket could go in there, I think. That's the best one so far. Empty bucket. That feels quite general purpose. You see some lava, or you want some water and you've got an empty bucket. I actually really like that one. If the layout permits it, we may just include that. I think that's probably going to be it though. Empty bucket, that's the one. Like a little bit of bone meal, but... Okay, so... I don't think there is actually room for an extra one. There might be... I guess we could put one on the side there. I want to do it. I want to put in one more. And it'll be on the way out, so they might miss it, admittedly. We'll try and make that work as well, okay? Another thing I'm wondering is when I build these murals... Do you know what? No, I'm not wondering. I'm thinking about moving these about a bit more, which would mean really kind of like pushing the layout out so that we can have a bit more space for like design and stuff. But I don't think we need to. I think we're going to be quite focused on what the mural is doing and the shape of the room around it doesn't need to be a work of art here. I don't think that's a victory we're trying to win. So let's see. We put one more there. When you reach the end, I want to have this display. It's going to go there. It's literally going to go where the shulker boxes are. I know it now. So can we reclaim a few of these blocks? I think we can because they're all stone. So our path to the exit is here. We can put up some signs that sort of say this way to the end in this space. Thanks for joining. Thanks for taking the tour. Did you get your free bundle? That kind of thing. That's going to go here. Maybe I could squeeze the bonus bucket one into this space. Like, you might miss it on the way out. I don't think you would. I think you would turn the corner and see it. So let's say we put it here. That's going to be 1, 2, 3, and then like that. It looks like it's going to be a little clunky leading into that area. What about just sticking to 8 and not including one of these? Like, maybe I don't put in the golden apple, or maybe I don't put in the anvil or the snowball. I could definitely relegate one of these. I'm not sure which one I'd relegate. Maybe the furnace because it requires fuel, but you can put fuel in the bundle too. I really like all of them. I really like all of those. I think the anvil will probably... The anvil or the golden apple would go. Yeah. In fact, anvil is probably one of my least used. And actually, the least used ones in here are the last ones. Golden apple and anvil. So I think I'll knock out anvil. And we'll put bucket in instead. So when you come to this last area here, we're going to double up the wall. And we're going to open up the room. And I'm kind of not sure how to do this next bit. I'm kind of not sure. Ice block for water source. Hey, we'll mix it in with the bucket. That's a really good suggestion. Really good suggestion. We'll mix it in with the bucket. Let me make a note of that, actually. That's a really good suggestion. Well done. Name tag and block of coal. Oh yeah, I wanted to put... name tags actually is not a bad one. Coal should go with the furnace. Yeah. All right. You know, we got. I appreciate all the suggestions. I think I'm happy with that. You know. I feel like those are the right ones. Like, they get, there's lots of other good suggestions coming in, like kelp and soul sand, but they get a bit too specific. This is much more out and about. I need something, let's put down the ender chest. Out and about building, crafting, stone cutter, right? I could have merged those two, actually, and put them into the same mural. That gives me a little more room for all of these, actually. Okay, that's an idea. Snowball is for luring your happy ghast. That one maybe could get the cut, but I think the hermits like the happy ghast and use them a lot. So I've certainly seen hermits using them a fair bit. I haven't used them that much myself. I've yet to put myself in the environment where that's gonna really kind of like add up. So yeah, this room here, I feel like it'll be like a board of signs to read. I kind of want it to be a bit more self-explanatory, but we're always going to end up directing hermits to some sort of signs at some point or another. So yeah, there'll be a bunch of signs and then just direct them to the exit. But before they exit, they're going to have like a little counter where they can pick up a bundle from. This is where the ender chest is going to go now, people. It's going to go over here. Bundle Fumble. Bundle Fumble. Are we suggesting names here? What's this project going to be for? Who in chat needs to be told about the project? Put your hand up. Because I did just explain it a few minutes ago, but then peeps always tuning in, right? Because that's how that goes. Copper can go back in here. We're done with that. Okay, we've got several hands up. Well, you know, we're about to do the next bit, so it's probably not a bad time for us to stop and go over it one more time, right? Let me go and explain. Madels, thank you ever so much for your Prime subscription. Appreciate it. Thank you. Hope you're enjoying the stream. We're going to need another shulker box. Right, I'm going to enable the flashback mod now because I'm going to want a clip where we show off this layout, right? Although the layout's technically not finished. Let me go cancel that then. This bit here is probably going to be where you pick up your 3 bundle at the end. There'll be like a display counter or something. Yeah, so that's that. Okay, that was hardly any blocks, but whatever. Right. Let's get out to the front. We're building a shop, except the thing that you get from the shop is a lesson and a free bundle, okay? The shop is called Bundles. It's actually called the Bundle Boutique. This is the front of it. There's bundles on display. There's a cool building. You go up through the front door. Bundle Boutique, right? You got to head upwards. Why? Well, there's a bunch of redstone right here, and it's really in the way. Fortunately for us, if we go up vertically... Oh, I need to mute. I need to mute. I can't mute. I can't find the button. Oh my god. Oh. Oh. When your voice goes dry in the middle of talking, it ain't nice. Sam 210504, thank you for the prime, my dude. Appreciate it. Oh, right. So when you get up to here, it's going to say, welcome to the Bundle Boutique. Turn around to start your adventure or something, right? Going to guide them through murals. They're going to see, first of all, the power of crafting. It's going to show them a crafting bench and a stone cutter. The next one, it's going to be the ender chest. Access to all your items at all times. Followed by leads and fence posts. The best one, by the way, is bundles. More bundles. You know, put your junk into a bundle. So they get led round, they see all these little murals, and then they make their way out of here. I think that's number 4. We'll call it layout. Yeah, so that's like the concept for the shop, right? You get to this last bit, there's something to read, there's a place where you pick up your free bundle, and then you head out of here. You good, homie, says Bear? I struggled for a minute there. I'll admit, I struggled. So, do we get into the building big time now, or do we take our time with it? Like, I can't help but feel that this might be a good moment for pause and like designing the layout a little bit. What's the floor going to be made out of? What's the walls going to be out of? Yo, Aussie Joe coming in with loads of gifted subs. My goodness me. Thank you so much for gifting a sub, peeps. If you are tuned in, come and check. Come and check, see if you got one. Say thank you in the chat. We always appreciate the gifting of the subs. And Aussie Joe, can't thank you enough for your generosity. It's appreciated. It's appreciated. Faye Charles says, yay, gifts. The gifts have been gifted. They've been given. Wonder if the history of the word has anything to do with that, like gift and given, or gift and give. Oh, surely it has. Surely it has. It's way too close. So, I'm kind of thinking cha-cha wood for the floor might not be too bad. Yo, Greasy the Goblin, thank you for the cheers and biddies. Happy New Year, I Xisuma. Thank you, my dude. Appreciate those biddies. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for supporting the channel. Yeah, like, this ain't bad. I think orange floor, yellow. I mean, it's almost here with the quartz. I'm terrified of using quartz. But I have a lot of it. I could go above and beyond and use the quartz. I could, like, are these blocks necessary as well? Could they be orange? I could probably cover them with something orange. Like a carpet. I think they do want to be orange for the bit down below. Yeah, we could put like a bit of orange carpet right in front of the window. Window's not a bad place for a carpet. So we're thinking orange floor. We'll go for the same colors on the walls. And maybe, yeah, maybe go with a light quartz ceiling. You know, I could see that really working. I could really see that working. And like the repetition of it, not too bad. You know what? I like that a lot. Let's go find out what materials we can work with here. Because I think I have a bunch of chacho wood already chopped up. Did he just butcher his own name? Did I say Xisuma? I probably didn't. Yeah, something that annoys me in this game and the way that I play it, and at some point I got to figure out how to do this right because it happens every season, but all of my storage is like just there, all the items I want, but I have to walk the other way around. I'm always walking the long way around, you know what I mean? It's weird. It's really weird. Gift, from Old English gift, meaning dowry marriage payment. That sounds like the definition, because there's the definition of a word, then there's like the history of it. Like the study of language is super fascinating. I remember Tom Scott used to make some really great videos on phonetics and language and the history of it and how words have changed over time and stuff. Like, good stuff. Worth checking out. Right, so we're going to want sandstone. We might want to smelt it into smooth sandstone. Luckily for me, I have collected a fair bit of this already, right? Let's go ahead and get quite possibly a bit more than we actually need, which is always a good thing. And then, yeah, I think I've got a shulker box with loads in down below. We'll take some of that. This feels like it's going in the right direction. Maybe put a few pumpkins in the corners, just like some other orangey blocks. Right, and I said about... Oh, look at that whole stack. That's perfect. How have I got a whole stack of these? Where did I get that from? What did I do to deserve that? I'm not sure. I'm going to take a golden apple to put it on the display. Did I say... You know, I said quartz in the ceiling. Maybe some sea lanterns would look good with them. Now, my quartz supply is pathetic. It's literally 3 pieces of quartz right now. Calcite ceiling. A little easier to get your hands on than quartz. I think we're going to stick with quartz. We've got to use it. We've got to use it. See, that's my quartz supply. It's not quite as much as I'd like it to be. Let's go do 4, maybe 6 stacks of that. Yeah, I don't know how much that's going to turn into. Alright, and we just need a bit more chacha. We also need, like, oak and birch. I'm neglecting the fact that we need oak and birch. So I might just grab some saplings there. No birch saplings. Okay, so, like, a chacha wood, oak and birch, and then we've kind of got, like... Our work's been done for us, because the outside of the building is the inside of the building. Something like that. Sounds good. Sounds good. Okay. Sandstone. Yep, that's good. Anything else there I can salvage? Probably not. Nope, no more woods. Alright, so now we're on a tree chopping mission. Actually, I've got some bone meal. Let's go pick up some bone meal. Oh yeah, you remember the whole spoilers thing? Spoilers. I knew we'd come here at some point. Resin is orange but very bright. I don't have a resin farm yet, so not doing that. You saw the statue in Mumbo's episode? That's so sick, dude, says Carmel. Yeah, I didn't know that Mumbo would be showing it straight away, which is another reason why I feel like I need to get my episode out, you know? It's a silly little thing. I'm supposed to be past this now, but like I feel like my brain is just in those rhythms where, like the old YouTuber thing, you put this panic on yourself of like, oh my god, like, it's been shown, I've got to get my episode out. It's like, just forget it. I've been doing this for 15 years or whatever. Like, get over it. So we get some birch saplings from our ender chest. We'll do some tree chopper. Speaking of which, I could build a tree farm in this area, right? I made a note somewhere, and it wasn't here because I wasn't near here. But we need to make nether fungus farm. Nether sprout farm. Those things could go in here, right? There's definitely more things that can go in here. Sugarcane's doing good. It's fully grown at the moment. Let's go check on the back of this thing. It's still running. Good. You know, 5 may not be the perfect time for it. But 5 minutes will get the job done. That's the first time it's harvesting since... something went wrong. That's why it was fully grown. I think when I was last here, somehow the item didn't get dispensed. Whoopsie. I'll put a few more blocks in it. Would I be able to make an animated floor? Not for this project. Oh, do you mean with the thing I did on the wall? Yes, you can. Watch my episode. There you go. It's a great reason to watch the episode. It's not like, oh, I've already seen that. It's like, oh, wait, there's more? There's more to that project? You can do it on the floor. You can do it on the ceiling. Yeah, I'm going to do it for Gems Nether Hub. I wanted to do it on the floor. She wants to do it on the walls. Because I've already done one on the walls. I thought the floor would be cool. But we'll find somewhere to put it in Gems Nether Hub, which, by the way, I've seen and it looks amazing and you're going to love it. It's going to be awesome. Right, we need a fortune pick and we need to grow trees. Let's go do some preparations for my next part of the adventure. It would still be fun watching you talk about the statue armor. I'm glad you think so, because there is a bit of fun with that whole thing. Like, it's part of a gag, so if you tune in, you'll see the gag. It's good fun. Right, I guess it's talkie time now, people. I think we got to let the creative muscles have a break. We're like well on track. We know what we're doing. I was very worried about this thing taking up a lot of time and me not knowing what I'm doing, but we're there. We're getting there. It's oh man. Look at it. Starting, just inching around. Like the next one's going to wrap around there. I think when that one's in place, you're going to start to feel the vision for the area. It's going to go all the way. Oh man. Okay, right. Shut up. Shut up, X. Shut up, X. Read your chat. Read your chat. You'll watch anything I put out. There's a joke there about something, but I can't be bothered. You know, watch my farting sounds compilation. No, don't shut up. Talk about it. Well, I've kind of said all I need to say for now on that one. Would I play Phasmo again? I want to play Phasmo to see some of the new content when they add it, but me and games, once my mind moves on from something, it's a bit of a death knell for that thing. But I will... Skit already did a farting song. Oh my god. I will get back into Phas at some point. There's no doubt about it. I will say, though, my desire for playing games has totally just evaporated lately. Like, I could have taken my Steam Deck on holiday with me and played some games when traveling, and I just couldn't be arsed. I just didn't want to. I was just like, I think I'd rather just look out the window and listen to some tunes, you know? And I did. I was listening to some records while traveling, just looking at the beautiful landscapes. Will that be on TikTok, your farting sound compilation? Lol, says Becca. You're in charge. You're in charge. I mean, I don't think I make farting sounds very often. I think it'd be hard-pressed to, like, maybe once this decade there was a farting joke or something. It's not really my thing. I mean, if someone says they'll watch anything I put out, that's a reason for me to say even garbage, you know? Just being silly. What's the biggest number I know? Oh, I counted all the way up to, what was it? 900 million or something? And they didn't go any further than that. And I was like, wow, okay, that's where they stopped. Fair enough. Faffing compilation. Faff is like the new Minecraft word for inventory management. If you get annoyed with your inventory, just start saying faff. Just call it faff. Are you placing this intentionally, a 4x4x4 quartz cube? 100% intentionally. I'm sending out a secret message that only some of you understand why it's a 4x4 cube. 4x4x4 cube. And the different ways in which I build it mean different things. Actually, I'll tell you what was funny. When I logged onto the server earlier, only Doc was online and my XP bar was like flashing. And I asked Doc, and it turned out he was just doing the intro for his video, right? But I was thinking, it kind of looks like Morse code. Like, if I turned and looked at... Well, apparently every single hermit has disappeared off of my hotbar right now. Okay, if I turn and look at Hypno... Wait, did they all just come back? Like, there's Grian. So, They all just came back. They were all gone from my hotbar. What is going on? And then they all just came back at the same time. Really weird. Like, if I look over in that direction towards Gem, and Gem starts crouching, Gem can send, like, a Morse code message, right? It was Morse code. Yeah, it was, actually. Doc started sending Morse code after I mentioned it, and it said SOS. But I don't know Morse code. I know of Morse code, you know what I mean? You tried to make glass a phrase once or twice. I tried to do that as well. It wasn't very glass, though. Lame jokes. That's what I give you. Lame jokes. You don't see them when you crouch. Nope, I see them when I crouch. I don't see them when they're not crouching. Right, like, sorry, if they're crouching, I don't see them. So they all disappeared for a moment. You feel like I'm the kind of guy who'd happen to know Morse code. I could be... I think that, like, I'm close to being the sort of person that would know lots of little things like that. But it's just, like, my lane is different, right? If I didn't play instruments and do music, and this wasn't my job, I would probably have more time to investigate little things like that. They really spark my curiosity, and I would probably enjoy knowing them. But there's always this other thing burning on my mind. Like, I've been listening to the Rest is Science podcast with Hannah Fry and Michael Stevens of Vsauce. And that guy has, like... I mean, they both got, like, a bunch of trinkets and stuff. But Vsauce, that dude collects loads of just novel, interesting stuff. And I love that he does that. And I ain't that person, but I feel like I could be that person. I'm a bit of a minimalist. I don't like to collect stuff, right? If I wasn't, I could so see myself wanting to buy a set of, like, one-sided up to 10-sided dice. Because that's just interesting to me. And, like, all these other little weird, quirky things he's brought, like a book of numbers. I'm like, in another life, that would be me. You watched a video on YouTube the other day where he shows several songs with Morse code in them. It was a good watch. Ah, sneaking a bit of Morse code into a song. I like it. Oh, I didn't finish placing all of those, did I? Deliberately. Oh, it's part of the message. It's part of the message. The message is stop caring about it. That's the message. It's literally just don't even think about it. Oh, I'm not sure that's enough to fill up. Oh wait, there's one more. I don't know if 3 stacks is enough to fill up the ceiling up there. I don't know if it's enough. How is that podcast? We're meaning to start listening to it. Just give it a go. Like, the first episode, you'll really get a feel for the format and, like, the vibe. And if you like it, stick with it. It's really good. It's fascinating. I've been really enjoying it. Vsauce the legend. I mean, I also consider Tom Scott a legend. Yeah, they're both legendary YouTube channels. And Veritasium, I'd put, like, up there. Veritasium might have turned into, like, one of the best YouTube channels ever. Just, they're absolutely killing it. There we go. Oh wait, I did it again somehow. Deliberately, intentionally, to send a message. See you later, Becca. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you have a good one doing whatever you're doing. You got a chance to check out my favourite song and it is really good. Glad you liked it. I've listened to that song way too many times. A human being should never listen to one song as many times as I've listened to that one. He's so self-involved and his ego's crazy. Who? I mean, when you present yourself on the internet and you talk about stuff you're into all the time, I think it's very easy to think people are egotistical. If someone thought I was egotistical in some way, I wouldn't blame you, because I sit here just talking about whatever pops into my head for a couple of hours every other day. But, I mean, everyone's got, like, some level of ego-related interaction with the world going on. I just hope that I got mine screwed on as to not mess anything up, I guess. I feel like you're quite humble. Oh, I'm so humble, me. Oh god, I'm just a big little slice of humble pie right here. I am, but like it's one of those things. One of those things. I keep noticing it, like, because you're online making making content, and like people are having the one-way interaction. They just look at you so differently. At the end of the day, I'm just a pretty regular human being, to be fair. You act humble to cover your ego. Exactly. It's all an act. You know? It's all an act. Just stating you're humble still make you humble. No, you take away your humble card now. I've lost it. I'm no longer humble, people. I'm definitely not humble. You're a regular dude, can't imagine. Like, most people are. There's something about putting yourself in a space like this that means people will look at you different, but like, you are just a regular person. It's the humble paradox. Yeah, we found a new paradox, people. We found a new paradox. Just gonna lay them out like this. Yeah, it's just that, like, I've observed like a lot of positivity directed at me for making my videos and stuff, and then I see it with other creators, and it's just kind of like the environment, the space creates that, and for some people it might go to their heads, but like for me, I've let it help me. I've definitely let the positivity come in to like help with my mood and like get me thinking better. But I know that like the way people talk to you online is not the way you talk to people in IRL. Like no one, I don't see people saying nice things about other people the way they would to someone over the internet that happens to be someone they've never met. Like, you know what I mean? It's that's just the way it is online today. I know people who are proud of how humble they are. You're not that ex. I think once you're proud of being humble, I think that kind of takes away the humble, right? Tat says, I've been watching it. The other hermits disappeared from your bar while you started mining. I thought it was the crouching, but now I think it's about getting XP. Oh yeah, we were mining quartz, right? And that gives you XP. You've sussed it out, Tats. Well done. Literally, if you get XP, it covers it up. So, well observed. Yeah, that being proud of being humble seems like a paradox, exactly. I feel like humble, I meant down to earth, but again, that's just how I perceive it. It's very similar to down to earth. Words are like this. They get a little bit fuzzy while you try and home in on exactly what you're trying to say. Speaking of positivity, ominous positivity is the best. Everything will turn out fine. You cannot stop it. Ominous positivity. I don't know if that does anything for me. What I mean is, like, people leave me nice comments, right? You know, your videos help me through tough times, and they say you're a nice person because they enjoy your videos. I know that that is not a true measure of who I am, but if it brings me a little warmth and a little happiness, and I need that, I'll take it, you know? And it has done. I feel like my mental journey over 15 years of doing this, how I feel day to day, how I've grown as a person, it's been pushed along by people saying nice stuff. It really has, but it hasn't made me think, oh, I'm such a great person. It's just like, it's been helpful to have a nice voice there while you're figuring out your own issues, you know? And I'm thankful for it. It's like been really helpful, but it doesn't go to my head. It doesn't make me think I'm special or anything like that, you know? Because we're all strangers to each other. It's just, yeah. Like, I say it a lot, like, I don't watch streams, right? Like, I kind of, in a way, I think maybe avoid the whole parasocial thing myself a little bit. I watch some of the other hermits, but like, that's kind of like watching mates. That's kind of like watching friends and people you know. Because I've spent a lot of time, you know, working with them over the years, off camera and stuff. You get to know people a bit different that way. Part of the interpretation is what the reader or viewer brings to it. That's true. Yeah, that's true. And I guess the way people comment make me think that this parasocial stuff is quite like strong and biased, right? And I think I see it when I go into spaces because I avoid the parasocial because I don't take it on the same way, right? I'm aware that I'm going to be fond of creators that I watch their content on a regular basis, right? Like you can't avoid the fact that that will sway you in some direction, but I don't have that kind of like feeling of, you know, they're my friend or whatever, and I definitely see that in other creators' content. So sometimes I'll be reading some other content creators' comments out of curiosity, and I see the same sort of stuff that I might read on mine, but because I don't have that connection to that creator, it really like highlights what's going on here. And all of this, by the way, it ties in with like lonely, like apparently with the loneliest we've ever been. You know, all this connection that technology is supposed to give us. I'm not sure if it's actually giving us that or not. Because I think connections have to be made IRL. I don't think they're as meaningful online. There's also some really interesting studies into this stuff that are pointing out that like when people are online and they're in communities, they like take on personas. They have alternate names and alternate identities, and they also have like less of an actual attachment to the community they're in because there's less consequence. It's very easy to walk away from an online community. And so like you form these bonds with other people who are using like identities that aren't them IRL. They're like their online persona, and there isn't as much like capital or investment there because if something goes wrong, you can just delete your account and walk away, or just don't log on to that server. IRL, if you're in a community of people, if you're in, you know, the village and everyone knows each other, and like your actions have such bigger consequences for how you interact and treat with one another, people, because you can't just like pick up and walk away, right? And so these are like psychological things that are going on in online environments that have been studied and looked into and thought about, and you know, some conclusions have been drawn. Don't have to agree with all of them, but they're worth learning about. They're worth putting your mind to, I think, and just being aware of, because hey, we're all in one of those communities right now, right? That's what this is. For me, watching streams is like listening to the radio. It fills the silence, but I don't have to participate with the conversation. Yeah, that sounds healthy to me, you know? That sounds healthy to me. Because I listen to some old radio shows like XFM or whatever, and I'm not having that much of a parasocial relationship. It's just like entertainment to me. The constant consummation. Consummation. That is that word, isn't it? Consummation. Sounds so smart. Of media generates a tremendous amount of emotional stimuli that can really make it easier for people not to seek the real stuff. Yeah, I think that was very well said. Very well said. Not a lot I don't disagree with there. Like I think you've said something very, very spot on. Consumption. Consummation was the word. The constant consummation, which I think they essentially mean the same thing. Just one word sounds way more classy and elegant than the other. Consummation is something else. Oh, you consummate a marriage. They're very different. They definitely put consummation there. Consumption might have been the actual word we were looking for. Night Daz, that is like the perfect emote. No. Wrong word, sir. Oh my god. That's hilarious. Consumption then, because I stand corrected. Well, it wasn't my message, so not my problem. Yeah, consumption. And that is like, it's an interesting word to use. It's quite a like cold word. Consumption. You know, consume. Like, you know, to consume music, or to enjoy music, or to lavish in music, or to resonate with it. Like, there's so many different words that you can use, and consumption is a very sort of dry and cold word, and it gets used a lot. Like content creator, like, we're creating content. You know, artist is so much better than content creator, right? You don't consume, you devour. Oh my goodness me, leveling up over here. Leveling up. I like it. Consumption is the old word for TB. What's TB then? There is the other side of that, with bans being the primary form of punishment in online communities, whereas kicking someone out of IRL communities is less likely. It's a shiny object. Yeah, you're sort of looking at it from the other perspective now. So like we're saying that. So from my initial perspective, we're saying that banning someone isn't the same as getting kicked out of a community, and then you're saying, but actually, getting kicked out of a community is harder to do, to be the one banning, than it is to ban online. But that might reinforce the same point, right? That those greater consequences mean if you do something bad within a community, it's harder to be kicked out, right? But then that's what makes the consequences great. Like if it was easy to be kicked out of a community and move somewhere else, if society was set up to make it so that moving was like hassle free for you, the government just goes, here you go, pick one, and then we'll help you move, and like whatever, it's a piece of cake. Then like it's kind of like the online thing again, right? It's easier to get out of there. So like the tug and pull that you pointed out, that it like hits on both sides, is kind of the point, right? Like that's what being a community is about, is being connected together. So the fact that it's hard to kick you out of the community, you have to now live with what you've done, whatever it is. It might be something big and horrendous. It might be something kind of small, but you still live with it, right? You say something nasty to someone down at the pub one night or whatever, like there's still consequences to that. Might not mean you're getting kicked out of the community, but like the ties are closer. The stakes are bigger. And the way we're doing stuff online, it's not in line with those kind of values and that traditional way of doing things. Cancel culture is not a modern idea. See Socrates. Brilliant. Just brilliant. He got cancelled, didn't he? Now Socrates was Greek era, right? Is it Galileo? Galileo. Old Galileo. Galileo? I feel like I'm adding in a little like Y in the middle of his name. Galileo, mate. Bottle of water. Was it Galileo? Didn't he like get persecuted by the church and stuff for saying that the earth goes around the sun, not the other way around? I think that was Galileo. Galileo. I think I like saying Galileo. I think I'm just going to roll with it. I'm just be like, Galileo. He was cancelled too. Cancel culture. It's always been mad, hasn't it? By the way, I got to say, I am like really, really not into woke and cancel culture stuff, because it feels like it's not even there. Like there's not even a cancel culture or woke thing anymore. All I ever hear is people moaning about it. But like, where is the thing that you're moaning about? I don't ever see that bit. I'm always hearing it, but like I'm always hearing comedians bang on about how they're being cancelled. But like no comedians are being cancelled. They're all there. They're all there doing their stand-up set about how they're being cancelled. It's like, it feels like it's just become this sticky thing that seems to work for some people. And so they just keep going on about it. And there was definitely a point in the past where cancel culture, and like pre-2020, it was a thing. It happened, right? Like these things happen in society. We push and pull, ideas get thrown around, different ways of doing stuff, whatever. But like, it just feels like they haven't let go of that. It's like, hey, you won. Like people seem to be over those ideas now. Do I want to do... Yeah, actually, do you know what? I'll do 2 stacks of smooth, and I'll probably just turn them into slabs to save some resources here. And yes, I know that I am not using my little guy up top, but that's because this thing, I've just flattened all of the fuel that it had in it. Need to kind of manually attend to it until we get a bamboo farm set up. So here I am, getting ready to push out the next episode and neglecting some other duties that need doing, but that's how it goes. You finished your sociology assignment about council culture and immediately spawned into this conversation. Uni is haunting me everywhere I go. I apologise, you can't get away from it. Being cancelled and making a Netflix special is about the general route. Yep, that's it. That's it. I think what's appealing today, gripping people today as like, whoa, cancel culture is the fact that on the internet, a lot of people are so used to their words being in the air for just 10 seconds. But now we have videos and screenshots of when people do or say something problematic. It doesn't need the circumstances of some paparazzi catching someone sleep deprived to catch a bad moment. There's a lot of words said there. I'm not really sure I followed it, but I will say that the way we're communicating online, i.e. Twitter, and the lack of barrier to you having a half-baked thought and sending it out there into the world, probably not a great thing, is it? Probably not a great thing. I mean, I'm not on Twitter. I was going to tweet something really innocent the other day, and then I was just like, didn't I like not want to do this Twitter thing anymore? And I decided not to. It was just going to be like, hey, I did this today, or whatever, right? Like, I'd just done some little thing, and I thought, oh, people might want to know. And then I'm like, actually, I don't like all this. I don't like all this social media. So I decided not to. The only thing I'm still tweeting is like videos and music blogs, and that's it. Right, I've really enjoyed the waffles. I hope you have too. I'm going to have to bounce now. I mean, technically I don't. Technically I could stream a little longer, but I feel like taking a break's probably a good idea now. I'm going to... Oh, yeah, here's a little bit of announcement, okay? So... let me throw up... Someone was asking about my music, which just reminded me to put this on the screen. So while that's on the screen... this weekend is a Hermitcraft stream weekend. I can't make Saturday, that's fine. Sunday, I'm going to be streaming in the evening. So a late stream from me. I'll actually be starting 15 minutes ago from now. So if you want to put that in your calendar and catch that, you can go to live.hermitcraft.com to see the schedule. You've got 2 days of streaming, and all the hermits are on there. They're all linked, and I'm doing the Sunday evening stream. And then Wells Night is after me. So if you want to come back and join me then, that'll be my next one. And then on Monday, I'm thinking we're going to get the gang back together and do RV There Yet. So... the new level of RV There Yet probably means we're going to do like 3 or 4 streams over the coming weeks, going through that level again. So that'll be a lot of fun. Dude, we're getting the band back together again. The gang is getting back together. Yeah. Going to make a new record. Going to go on tour. All of that stuff. Yeah, all of that stuff. All of that stuff. That's about it, though. That's about my plans, and hopefully I'll get that episode done by Monday. I've got a really good feeling now we're going to get there. That's probably what I need to do after this stream. I'm going to play guitar for a little bit and then get back on it. So, time to get back on it. Let's go and do a riggedy raid. Riggedy raid. Who are we going to raid? More Hermitcraft action coming your way because Hypno is streaming. I'll send you over to Hypno. Tell him I got a raid and bounce, and enjoy what you find. Hope you enjoyed the stream today. Thank you for tuning in. That's everything. All right, take care, everyone. Have a great evening. Goodbye.